Weird.
You're too tired to your bicycle.
All right. Hey, welcome everybody. Can you hear me? We're doing this thing and hopefully it works. You guys can hear me back there? Yeah. All right. Well, welcome everyone to Tony's celebration, 49 years. Where are you? There he is. Look to the black hat. So we have employees here. We have all of the Sunnyvale employees. We have current customers of Tony's that have made time out of their day to be here. Thank you. Raise your hand if you're one of those. Former employees. Frank. Hello, Frank. Former employees. Hopefully no former customers. That would be a problem. If you're a former customer, come talk to me and we'll figure out what went wrong. And then we've got Tony's family. Alexandra, and Leslie and Kelsey. And then all of the grandchildren. Not all of them, but most of them were here. All the cute ones came. All of them. All of them. That's awesome. Welcome. What's your name?
Duke.
Duke?
Yeah.
Awesome. Duke's here. And let me start by saying personally, thank you, Tony. You were so kind and welcoming to me 5 years ago, newbie. And I would be crazy if I didn't seek out a guy that had been here 44 years to ask him about this business. And he said, it's really simple. You all know what I'm going to say next, right? It's very simple. We sell screws for a profit. And he's right. It is simple, but I always say it's not easy. It's simple, but not easy. Because there's so many moving parts, and we've got to source them, buy them, inspect them, receive them, pack them. Well, we got to sell them. They're somewhere in there we got to sell them. And then we have other areas that support us in HR and accounting and all the rest of it. So it takes team. It takes a big team effort. He's had a long and storied career. Tony, tell him where he started.
Sweeping the floor in the warehouse,
Yep.
1976.
Sweeping the floors in the warehouse, 1976, and he was walking here in the snow uphill both ways. So then he worked in the warehouse, got off the broom, worked in the warehouse, became a warehouse manager, had various stints as warehouse managers as we went through various warehouse managers. I think he always kind of substituted in as a pinch because he knew what he was doing. He got into sales, and many of you may not know this, but he was a sales manager on several different stints to kind of, again, fill in and pinch hit when needed. Pinch hit. Did you see that? Yeah. He's a big Giants fan. And then also was a general manager of Olander Sunnyvale for a while. Not sure if any of you really know that. I have in my hand here Tony's last order. I don't want to get emotional, but you're not processing any orders in the afternoon, I don't think. Maybe. This might not be the last one then. But at 9:39, he was working with C&H Enterprises, right? And it's going to Craig Kanazawa, and it looks like it was 425 nitrotic 60 helicoils. It's a great way to end the career. Nice margin, by the way. Hopefully C&H isn't here. Good job. But anyway, Tony, nobody sold more screws for a profit, I dare say, than Tony Desmond in the history of Olander. But more than that, really, you're irreplaceable in a sense. But it is time to retire. You've earned it. You've earned it. Your house is done. The remodel's finished. Your beautiful wife is probably coming to grips that you're going to be at home with her every day, 24 hours a day. Yes, and these kids, Duke and all of his cousins, are begging for your attention, right?
Absolutely.
So I think it's time. You're going to have to fight your car on Monday, I think, to wrestle it away from coming down here. But hopefully you've got something fun planned with Cameron on Monday. And we are going to miss you. You've been a dedicated, loyal employee. You've been quick to mentor and share your knowledge with everybody, whether they were new or old. And we can't thank you enough for that. But more than that, we're going to miss you, your friendship. I mean, you're not going away. but we're going to miss you as a friend being here. Your wit is fun. Your smile and your hearty laugh will totally always be missed. And you're part of everything that Olander is. But you're always welcome back. You're definitely always welcome back to visit and lunches and whatever you got going on. And don't be shocked if I don't call you for some other crazy words of wisdom like sell screws of the prophet. As a token of appreciation, we have here a gift basket for you that's Disney. I think you all know that Tony likes Disneyland, right? He's crazy, yeah. So, and I do too, by the way. So we have a Disney-themed, come on up, Tony. We have a Disney-themed gift basket in there. It's also a 49 theme, 49/Disney theme, which is not easy to pull off. In there is a generous gift card too, so you can take some of these critters and do something fun down at Disneyland. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. What if you didn't want to take it? Too late. All right, but so there's a gift card in there for you. Now Tony and I always had an inside joke, and I think you're probably going to punch me. This is your last time to punch me on it. But I would always walk through giving a tour, and I'd say, "Oh, Tony's been here 48 years. Tony, what was the first fastener you sold? A leather strap?" Ha 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 ha. You know, I'm thinking I'm hilarious. Yeah, I know. I'm over and over here. But we found a leather strap holding some rails together at Disneyland, and it's on the back of this book that Ron is going to present to you as sort of a joke amongst the crowd here. But Tony, none of the words that I can say or Ron can say can thank you enough for all of the work and the dedication you've had to Olander over the years. And we're wishing you the best in the next chapter of your life. And keep us up to date on what's going on. Ron, Ron, Cindy, you guys want to say a couple things?
Just Ron.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you all. Anyway, this is the formal part of my goodbye speech to Tony from Cindy and I. And dear Tony, as you embark on this new chapter of your life, we want to express our deepest gratitude for your incredible impact you've made over the past 49 years at Olander. For nearly 5 decades, you've been a steady presence, a guiding voice, a true cornerstone of our team, sharing your expertise, commitment, and heart through more than 3/4 of a century of the company's lifetime. That's not just impressive, it's unforgettable. Thank you for everything, Tony, and wishing you a retirement full of joy, freedom, and new adventures.
It's got all the sayings, Tonyisms, and pictures, and signed by most. If you haven't signed it, please sign it. It'll be over there. There's a special pen that doesn't smudge. And anyway, anything else, Ron?
Yeah, now we got kind of the informal part. So digging back through the decades, my dad, what we used to have at Olander, we called them greenies. Lee's wincing over there. It's like, oh my God. That were our order sheets that the salespeople would write down their orders, and then they would go and my dad would make everybody go out into the warehouse and check the boxes and lift them up and see what quantity was in. You know, he didn't want to rely on the computer. That was a big no-no. Things were, and the computer was new back then too, in the late 80s. So that's how things started. And then, of course, Tony and I are left-handed, so we share that in common. And when I used to be out in the warehouse and things, I used to be kind of an interpreter for Tony's greenies because of his penmanship. And so I said, "Hey, Tony, I think you could write this a lot better if you did it right-handed." And Tony said to me, he says, "Okay, you first." And I'm like, okay, that was it. Anyway, what else I had on here was and correct me if I'm wrong here, but back in the day, Tony met his future wife here, And then they were married and is no longer the future wife. So yeah, so if it wasn't for my dad and Cameron's dad, be no familia over there. So anyway, that's all part of, you're all part of the Olander family, and we'll never forget that. And again, and Tony's the father of 3 girls, just like Cindy and I, and we'll carry that legacy with us. But anyway, thanks again, Tony. I hope to see you soon. And
You have anything else, Morgan?
I think Ron has one more thing.
I got a little goodbye card for Tony. That was kind of my own thing.
What is that, Tony?
Pinks for 1965 Mustang convertible.
It's the pink slip to Nola's Mustang, right? 1965.
Can you believe it? I found the key.
He found the keys. You might need to charge the battery. Would you like to say anything?
I got a couple minutes. I'm going to start crying.
That's okay. We're all going to cry. It's all good. I had heard rumors that might happen, and that's amazing.
So actually, when I started working here, Phil was driving that car. And I shortly after that bought one of my own, which was at the time the same color. The only difference was Phil's had a white top and mine had a black top, if I remember right. And we used to compare stories about them. Good times. Closer. Sorry.
Tony, this is what it can look like.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Anyway, I appreciate all of you. You're all here because you're friends, and it's been a good run. And I'm gonna crack, so I gotta stop. Thank you very much.
Tony at a loss for words. Oh, look at Tony. That's it. Lucky guy. Well, hey, if you want to just connect with Tony on your own, great. And if you want to do that awkward, hey, does anyone have to say anything at a wedding or a funeral? We can give you the mic right now. Or we can just continue to party and have fun and continue to eat. And by the way, the food, guys, thank you. It's great. Nice job, Michelle. Everyone that helped set things up today. Appreciate that very, very much. So let's turn the music back on and have some fun.